further. Be so specific with what, with a song like this, I'm hesitant to say this, but it's a musical number, right? As opposed to like, something else that's like a ballad or a comedic song that's funny, but it's about a conversation. This has to feel like a conversation. We have to figure out who you're talking to and why it's a conversation, but really, it's a musical number. Yeah. So you can make the physical gestures with it really sharp and clean. Yeah. Make the seeing of the bird, tree, sun, oh God, wow, that's really bright. Okay, but that's okay, I've always been a morning person, so like make the physical, you're doing it just like, you're doing it right now at like a 6, like do it for me at a 9. Like, like make it super, this is a big number, right? Yeah, great. So let's do this too, which I think will help. What is the exact moment before? What are the 5 seconds before you open your mouth to sing this song? What happens?
She's going outside after a night of being an ogre, and it's like, it's morning, I'm not ugly anymore, it's awesome.
Great, yes, and first time outside.
Yeah.
And you're gonna meet your husband. Yeah, so I don't want you to do this in the audition room, like as part of it, but for right now, can you pretend like this is inside, and there's a wall and a door, and you can like pantomime opening the door if you'd like, or not. And then when you step onto this, it's like the first time you've stepped onto the grass.
Okay.
And the sun and the trees and then that. Yeah, so we really like play out those like 5 seconds before of like, oh my God, I'm gonna go outside. And then you're there. And then take the breath in to sing. So you really like in your mind have this really specific image of what that moment before is. Yeah? Cool, great. Let's do it.
Good morning.
Great! I love it when that happens. That was great though. You surprised yourself because you were like, I'm acting! Great, but that is the face that you need to have at the start of this number, or it doesn't feel like as full as it should feel. Do you know what I mean? Great, good. Okay, do it again, and this time I promise you'll remember your words.
Good morning, birds. Good morning, trees. Oh, what a lovely day. The sun's so big, it hurts my eyes. But really, that's okay. A brand new day with things to do. So many plans to make. I've had 6 cups of coffee, so I'm really wide awake. I've always been a morning person. Morning girl. Hooray. Good morning, dear. Say, have you heard? Today's my wedding day. I haven't met my husband yet, but I'm hopeful anyway. I've always been a morning person, a morning girl. Hooray!
Great, good, awesome, great, that was good. Yeah, that was definitely a step in the right direction. Love it. Cool. I think just as a like a technical thing, if you're gonna make the birds and the trees and the sun sort of to this side, can you just make the deer to this side? So we're sort of like giving it to the whole world, right? And let's take it from the deer part again. I think there could be some really fun comedic stuff to mine out of this. If it's really like the whole thing is directly to the deer. I'm talking to the deer. Oh yeah, I know, I haven't met him yet. But that's okay, dear, because I've always been a morning person, right? So I think actually if you stay with the deer and make him your scene partner for that little moment, it could be really funny if you see the deer. If you see the deer in your head and you talk to it, I think that could be really fun, because I think that's what she's doing, right? She can talk to these things. She's like, oh, I'm going to talk to you, and you're going to understand me. Because she's never talked to a deer before. She doesn't know that, like, the deer's not going to answer back. So the deer's just like, what do you say? But she's like, you're going to answer. I'm gonna talk to you. There's no one else to talk to. Oh, that's okay. You know, so really stay with the deer. Oh, good. And then let's go back. One more. So back, and then I'll go from the beginning actually. And then the little part before that, after the sun. So let the sun be like two parts. Discover the sun. The sun's so big. Oh, it hurts my eyes. You know, like you're surprised that it hurts your eyes. At first you're like, oh my God, it's so big. Oh, I just looked into the sun for too long. Do you know that feeling of like, oh my God. So let the sun be like a two-parter. Like, and then the, oh God, okay, I've learned my lesson. I won't do that again, you know. Great. And then the next section we go into is a brand new day with things to do. So what is that about? What are the things to do?
You know, I never really thought about it.
Yeah, so let's figure it out because I think that could be a fun place to like get a little more specific. So if today is the day that you're going to meet,
good start.
You need to.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of things to do, right? You're like, oh, I have things to do. I need to find a dress. I need to get my makeup done. Like, there's so many things to do, you know? And I don't know, maybe in like Fiona's crazy like nature world, she's like, oh, I need to make an entire dress made of leaves. I need to find the right berry to put on my lips as lipstick. Like, I need to find the birds who will do my hair, you know? Like, in this world, those are the things that I think she's thinking about.
Yeah.
So I think, as I said before, make that part of the song really about this Prince Charming part. Like, oh God, today's the day. What a lovely day. There are so many things to do before I meet him, you know? Yeah. What a lovely day. So many things to plan. Many things to, what is it?
So many plans to make.
So many plans to make. Oh yes, which goes into the, I've had 6 cups of coffee, right? Yeah, so I think her train of thought goes, oh my gosh, it's such a lovely day to meet my Prince Charming. Oh my God, I'm meeting my Prince Charming. I have so many plans to make. Oh, but it's okay. Don't worry about me. I've had 6 cups of coffee, so I'm really ready to do this. You know, I think that's sort of like that train of thought there, which takes her into, I've always been morning person, morning girl, hooray. Yeah. Good, great, okay. That was a lot. I just like spat a lot out at you.
Okay.
But I trust you can process it. Cool, just take it from the beginning again.
Okie dokie.
And remember what you can, and we'll just keep working on it.
Good morning, birds, good morning, trees. Oh, what a lovely day. The sun's so big, it hurts my eyes. But really, that's okay. A brand new day with things to do. So many plans to make. I've had 6 cups of coffee, so I'm really wide awake. I've always been a morning person, morning girl. Hooray! Good morning, dear, say, have you heard? Today's my wedding day. I haven't met my husband yet, but I'm hopeful anyway. I've always been a morning person, a morning girl. Hooray!
Great, good, how did that feel?
Much better.
Good, yeah, that was much better. Yeah, it's really good in there. It's cute, I love it. Good. So this moment before is really helpful to you. You're not going to be able to do it every time, right? Like, don't do that in the room. So I'm wondering if just literally that moment before, is there an intro that we have for this?
There's like 4 measures.
Oh, there is? Stop it. That's great. Then you sort of can do this. You actually sort of can have this moment then. Boom. Oh yeah, you have a lot of time. So you actually can have this moment. Actually do this moment. You can take it from here. You can take it from, oh my God. Is please. Oh my God. Oh, I hear birds. Where are they? Good morning, birds. You know, so actually do it, I think. Maybe you don't have to do this part. You don't have to literally do like, I'm opening the door. But take it from here. Like you just, as if this first breath in that you take with the start of the music is like, oh my God, I'm here. I'm outside. And then on that last bar or so, that 1, 2, 3, 4, good morning, bird. Hear the birds. Let me see you hear the birds, which takes you to them. Do you know what I mean? So I get like that you're hearing them, and then you see them. Look at how cute they are in the tree. Great, so hear the birds. That was my first note. Second note, oh, so yeah, I think I misled you a little bit with the sun thing. I think I just didn't explain it well enough. So what are the lyrics there? Good morning, birds. What a lovely day.
The sun's so big, it hurts my eyes.
Yeah, so the sun's so big, it hurts my eyes. 2, it's sort of like 2 little phrases. So let the first one be free of the second phrase. Do you know what I mean by that? Mm-hmm. So let the first one just be about, the sun's so big! Oh, okay, and then the second part is, it hurts my eyes. Really? That's okay. Or whatever it is. Yeah, so let it be a 2-parter. Let the first line be just about how excited you are that the sun is so big from down here. And then the second part is like, oh, okay, yeah, I can't look at the sun. Great. What was the third thing I had? Oh, and then the third thing I had is, so we're trying to figure out this question of, who are you talking to? Mm-hmm. So there are obvious things that you talk to, right? You talk to the birds, the trees, the sun, the deer. But who are you directing the rest of the song to? This, you know, but I've had 6 cups of coffee, but I'm really wide awake. That part, and the, you know, I haven't met my husband yet, but really, that's okay. I've always been a morning person. All of those things that aren't to those specific people. Who are you talking to? That's the question, right? Yeah. That's like the $1 million question. I think you're talking to the audience.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think that's a legitimate answer. If you really see an audience out there, I mean, in Shakespeare, that's a legitimate answer. In Shakespeare, you're talking to 3 people. You're talking to the invisible person who's not really there, right? Like, I am talking about you, Othello, even though you're not here. You're talking to
the audience,
the stars, the heavens, God, whatever that thing is. Or, yeah, you're talking directly to the audience. Musical theater, we totally do that sometimes, right? So that's a risky thing. If you walk into the room and you're like, I'm talking to the audience, you have to back it up. You have to know like how to back it up. But I think that's the right answer. In ways, like maybe parts of it are directed to like the invisible Prince Charming, right? That we haven't met yet. You could try that. I don't know if it makes as much sense to you. Like, I don't know if it'll be helpful or not. But I think we do need to answer that, because someone's going to ask you, and then you're going to be like, I don't know, and then I won't have done my job. Does it make sense that maybe you'd be talking to Prince Charming? That you'd be talking to this like invisible idea, or the idea in your head? Yeah. So let's place him out here. Let's like put him out here. Like maybe it's a whole room of Prince Charmings. Maybe your audience is an audience of all of the imaginary Prince Charmings from all of the books that you've read. Yeah, let's try that. It might make sense, it might not. It might not be helpful to you. But actually, I think that maybe could be. It's like, and you're talking to all of them. You're like talking to this idea of them, right? Yeah. This like, oh God, you would be so good. Like, oh, I like you too. Oh, I like you. You know, so we have this like, I think make each of the specific things to specific people, to specific ones. Don't feel like it has to be like a ballad, like to sort of like a general sense of what's out there. I think when you talk to the audience, really talk to like a specific audience member and then another specific audience member. You know, I think it's, that's Because that's what you're doing with the other stuff, with the tree and the bird and the sun.